Okay, well, you see this plastic line running down here? It is for the oil pressure. Well, all of this was unhooked, and that is the lead for the oil pressure gauge. And I wanted to go ahead and check because I want the factory gauges to work like they're supposed to. So what I have done is I've connected a jumper wire. Oh yeah, a fellow student at the college asked me when I made this wire, why do I want a jumper wire that's 6 foot long? Well, and right here is the reason. So I've got the wire connected here. This is a fused jumper wire, by the way. And I have the fuse, not fuse, but the gauge wired in, well, yeah, because it's grounding through a potentiometer. So what I am going to do, if I can find a place to put the camera, you know what, hey, that works just like that. Okay, and I'm going to turn the key on. Notice the oil pressure gauge is working. Okay, now I'm going to increase the voltage. See me increasing the voltage to it. And of course you see the gauge going ahead and sweeping all the way across. And I'm going to reduce the voltage. And you see the gauge is starting to slowly make its trek back. So that's going to tell me the gauge is good. Okay, I'm going to turn the key off. And in this bag here, I have the sending unit. And I'm going to do the same thing for the temperature gauge. Here in just a minute, I got to unhook a few things first. Okay, so I am back again. Let's see if I can get this camera to sit right there. Hey, how about that? It sits right there on the steering wheel. Okay, so I've got my potentiometer hooked up. Now, and the gauge is beginning to sweep. Okay, I'm going to turn some voltage up to it. And you see it moves right on across. Now I'm going to turn the voltage back. And now you see the gauge starting to fall back. Alright, well, of course now my potentiometer might not be regulating enough voltage across. I don't know what the reference voltage is. But we see that the gauges are working. And to correct my knowledge, I was thinking that the gauges were wired through the seatbelt buzzer. Well, they're not. So, okay, I know on older ones they were. Because my dad one time, I think he had an 81. And he unhooked it and none of the gauges worked. So evidently they had changed the wiring at some point. Well, I am happy of the fact that all the wiring for the gauges are properly working like they're supposed to anyway. Yeah, I'll go ahead and turn the key off. And I'll show you something else. It was a job to find the original ECT wire. There it is, right there. It's a little corroded. But if I clean it up real good, it should take care of the problem anyway. Remember last summer when I put this distributor in, it was like 105 degrees outside. It took me all summer to do that job. Well, it didn't. The reason it took me so long to do it because it was so hot, and I'd come in from work and wouldn't fool with it, and I just go over there and work on it for about an hour a day or something. Well, anyway. So that is a simple way to test your gauge wiring. If you think that you have problems with your sending unit or your sensors, you know, just get you a potentiometer and That will usually track your wiring, see if your gauges are working like they're supposed to. Anyway, well, I've got the parts to fix it with. Okay, well, I'm about done. I got to work on a power door lock here in a few minutes. I worked on this side. This door lock over here was making the awfulest racket. This is a GM power window switch. It plugs right into this Ford harness and works. I will show you. Okay, turn to accessory, and this button right here, you see the window go up and down. I got a lot of voltage drop evidently. And so this one worked. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and get the GM master switch for that side, so it'll look even anyway. I've taken this door panel and it's all clean. I've cleaned up this the bottom panel, the lower panel. It looks good. I actually thought about chucking them and making new ones, but that one looks pretty decent, so I'm probably going to stick with them. Okay, well, anyway, back to work. Thanks for watching.